Because I got this. Yeah. It might throw me off a little bit with their back numbers being red and their shoulders being white, but they're both easy to see, so I don't really care.
Well, we bring you into the Lou and Gibb Reese Ice Arena here at Denison University. We are ready for hockey. It's Indiana versus Denison. We're underway in the first period. A little bit of technical difficulties, but what's any fun without a little bit of adversity? Ready to go here in the first period, and this is McClure in the far side corner. He's going to flip it, and a whistle looks like we'll be offsides. Rather, it'll be a attacking zone face-off for the Hoosiers, who are on the crest of 20 wins this year. Shot from the point delivered by Ryan Pizzuto, and it goes wide as Ruffner gets kicked into the boards. 19 minutes to play, first period, as Ray Myers is playing on a line with Pizzuto. Has to clear the zone, and Indiana will retreat. Played ahead for Brady Ford just under us. He gets poke-checked by Nathan Rabadam. It's senior night for Denison. They honored their 10 seniors before this one started off. But Indiana looking to sour their senior night after they have just won the TSCHL regular season title. Myers plays it off his skate and turns it over in the middle, over towards Geary, and Geary throws it low. It'll instead fall to Lawrence Viola. Aiden Flanagan, the starting goaltender for Indiana. Here's a breakaway. Ruffner fires, glove stop. Made by the senior goaltender, Aiden Schaefer, and a really good one at that. And some words early, which is really not a surprise. Indiana a chippy team, Denison a chippy team, and in front of a big old crowd here at the Lou and Gibb Ice Arena. Just outside of Denison, it's at Newark, or rather in Newark, Ohio. So a far side face-off draw. Looks like it'll be contested between Henry Davis, or rather, Henry Davis and Gabe Reindl for the Hoosiers. Reindl wins it, but they'll whistle it dead, as I think somebody jumped. 0-0 your score in the first period. 18-10 to go. As there's Reindl able to win the draw. Shot from the point, kicked away by Schaefer. That one was taken by Jake Rock. Kicker tries to whip it in. That's cleared by Davis. Davis gains the zone, and it's left for Isaiah Byram, who gives to Kicker. Far side, intercepted pass. This is Salerno. Looks to get one on Flanagan, the freshman, who's 2-0 on the year, but he misses to the left. Byram on his backhand. And he'll carry it behind the cage. Near side, puck poked away, and it falls back to Byram. He'll go behind Flanagan again. Flip pass ahead that splits between the circles, and now drop for Kicker. Kicker, not a lot of numbers. He gains his own, fires one, it goes way high and into the netting, out of play. $17:21 to go, first period, 0-0 the score. Top line out for the Hoosiers at the moment. It's Jeremy who glides in to take the draw against Thomas Wraith. And Jeremy can't come away with that one. It falls to the crease. Puck loose in front. What a stop by Schaefer on a great chance by Davis Yeagers. DiLorenzo tries to come away with the puck. Can't do it. It falls out to Canelos. Moving up the near side breakaway. Fisk fires. Good stop by Flanagan on a breakaway opportunity. McClure gets pinned up against the boards by Lawrence Viola. Falls behind, and it comes away for Thomas Wraith. Can't really see much down there just because of this big old metal pole in the way, so sorry about that. I'll do my best to describe what's going on there in the corner. I can't see much as well as you guys can. This falls to DiLorenzo. Rather, Kresge's there for Denison. And the Big Red playing Indiana close through the first 4 minutes of this game. Nice hit delivered on the boards. And Indiana trying to clear it. They'll get it out of the zone as it falls to the stick of Nathan Rabadam. John Zach seeing his first start in a while since the second game at Ohio State. Gaining the zone, Jaegers, toe drag, and loses the puck. And fighting through a couple of stick checks is Isaac Goldstein. DiLorenzo, cross to the point. Myers down low. Jeremy who chopped it, and it's batted away by Finn Lewis. DiLorenzo will recollect things. 16:05 to play. Nice hit up against the boards. Pizzuto gets bumped off and going the other way. Here comes Goldstein. Goldstein, good defense by Myers, and he goes below the goal line. Kicked out, Jeremy looks to flip things ahead, and here's Ethan DiLorenzo on a breakaway. Gains the zone, he gets picked up, and the puck's batted away by Jacob Jackson. Jackson looks to start things off. Brandenburg challenged him, but this falls near Graham Sutton, and Sutton will have to leave it for a teammate. 15:35, Chambers with Slavin down low. Dump low for Slavin, and he'll be the first to get it on the near side. Slavin falls towards it. Given away, here's Slavin one-on-one. He gets past Jackson, and Jackson finally knocks the puck away. Thrown to the blue line. As that's Geary. Far side it falls towards Viola. Line change on the defense for Denison. And the Big Red, who are in the rankings for the first time in program history, they came into the number 20 slot in this week's rankings. Drop-off pass from Simino, blockered away on the shot by Byron from the right point. Towards the center, and it's chipped out of the zone by Viola, and a whistle for icing. .48 to go in the first period. Nothing still to score. Pretty even game thus far. As we get back started, Hoosiers throw low for Slavin. Slavin gets pressed by Yavari, and it comes out to Will Kicker just below us, who you can't really see. He'll play it at the blue line. Deflection in front, and it's kicked away by Martin Lempia. Down low for Chambers. Chambers in the near side corner. He comes away with it. Looking for a centering pass. He'll turn around and lose the puck towards John Yavari. Chambers regains it down low. Flip pass towards Brandenburg. Right side circle. Finds Byram. Right point. Point-to-point pass. Finds McClure. And he'll feed it low for Slavin. Centering pass for Brandenburg. Didn't find a stick. It was broken up. And throw low towards the boards. The defensive line of Slavin, Chambers, and Brandenburg doing well to keep the puck in the attacking zone. Byram as Ruffner glides on the ice. Ruffner near side circle. Towards the point again, and Byram loses his zone off of his skate. 13:54 to go, first period, 0-0. Byram will dump it, and Indiana will chase. It comes to Brady Ford, who gets bumped off the puck by Lempia and driven into the boards. Puck still loose in the corner, and finally dislodged as it falls out to Aiden Simino. Played to the point, and Zach fumbles it at the blue line. Skating after it, and Flanagan smartly comes out to clear it and clears it out of play. 13:28 to go. As it's about 8:45 here in Ohio. We had pretty much every tech issue you could think of getting this stream started, but hey, we got it done, and hopefully it's all good quality for all of our awesome viewers. Zach is going to try and play this one towards Ford, but Denison plays it off the post, and it comes out to the right side point for Rabadam. Rabadam gets pressed quickly by Ford and bumped into his own bench. Flanagan around his own trapezoid. And towards McClure. Ruffner looks ahead. Makes a Big Red man miss. Ruffner carries it into the zone. 2-on-2. Nice stick move. Fires. Good save by Schaefer. In, here's Fisk. Slot shot. Deflected and taken away by Ruffner, who stops and gains some space. Zip low and icing. As we'll go down to the other side. Indiana on an absolute hot streak. towards the end of this year. They really started off their year pretty slow, but they've won 12 of their last 13 and 16 of their last 18 on an 8-game win streak, looking to make it 10 in a row with a sweep this weekend for the last 2 games of the regular season and, sadly, the last 2 games on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network this year. As this is Ruffner, who will come low. Simoneau looks in and he leaves it as Jake Rock will try and change and play it low alongside Goldstein. Played to the center and it's flipped away by Finn Lewis, who advances things ahead, and Goldstein will chip it down low into the far side. Played around the cage and Indiana looks to start things off. Myers playing off the boards and they hit the referee's skate. Assistant captain Lucas Cheris tries to get it into the zone. It's played towards the center toward Fisk and then sticked away by Flanagan. Dump off pass by Burke. Moved ahead for Myers, who dumps it straight off the skater Rock. He's in alone. He falls down. No trip as Rock just looked like he fell over. Right side, cross ice pass. Myers trying to have some stick handling down low, but it instead falls out to the D-man Kresge. Kresge, 2-on-1. He's got Fisk to his right. Gives off to Fisk. He can't field it cleanly. 6x4, and he came up 0. Moved ahead for Gabe Reindl, and Reindl will loop around the 4th line center on the ice for Indiana. Here's Jake Rock, and it's played instead for Kresge. Brandenburg tried to play or kick it off the boards, and Fisk will jump off the ice in favor of another line. Chambers, central, and it's chipped in the zone by Brandenburg. Chambers will get after it and find the puck on his stick in the corner. Centering pass, looked for Brandenburg, wouldn't be able to find him. Out to the right point and moved ahead. One-touch pass kicker into the zone, and it finds the stick blade of Martin Lempia for the Big Red. And we'll have another icing. .10:42 to go, first period. And for a team that averages almost 5 goals a game, Indiana has been a pretty solid first period team, has not been able to get past Aiden Schaefer just so far today. As we get back underway with an offensive zone faceoff. Brandenburg can't keep it in the zone. It's chopped away by Lawrence Viola. Flipped in, and Slavin will rush for it. Icing. Again, lots of stoppages. Another whistle, and we're back underway with 10:28 to go. As Hoosiers win this draw, one touch by Brandenburg towards Byram. He gets poked off by Canelos, and it loose at the left point, thrown in. Canelos tried to get it in the low slot, and Flanagan covered it up for a whistle. Some extracurriculars in the far side. So another near side face-off draw for Denison, as it's Thomas Wraith who will take it, looks like against Patrick Brandenburg. Rather, no, that's Jeremy, and we'll finally be ready to actually play hockey here in a second. As tie-up off the draw, and Jeremy comes away with it. John Zach, the first line D-man, centering pass, looking towards Wraith. Wraith flips one on, and it goes behind the net. Zach can't get to it quickly. Kresge will loop it out, and it's flipped high. Would have hit the ceiling at the Frank Southern Ice Arena, but it instead falls towards Di Lorenzo, who pushes his man up against the boards. Jaegers, right side, thrown on, gloved. Second chance opportunity from Jeremy, and it's kicked out towards Preston Fisk. Fisk looking for his 20th goal of the year in 22 games played. Stuck in the neutral zone, and Jeremy gets things started, 2-on-3. Gets by Cheris, throws one on, kick save Schaefer. Puck loose, Jaegers tried to find a slot, but there's no Hoosiers in the vicinity. Fisk with some speed. Glides ahead, gives off Davis. And good stick work by Paul McClure as Davis Jaegers will look to advance this in the neutral zone. It finds the stick of Lucas Cheris for Denison, thrown on. And removed from the premises by Flanagan. Excellent head pass. DiLorenzo has a breakaway. He's in, gets pushed, and it looks to me that we might have a penalty shot on our hands, because DiLorenzo got shoved straight in the back on a breakaway. Yes, we will, folks. This is going to be a fun one because Ethan DiLorenzo, we all know how good he is on the breakaway. We'll see who they decide they want to take this, but this will be a big one. 8:52 to go, first period in a tie game, as DiLorenzo, the only man on the ice for Indiana, looking for his 20th goal of the season. DiLorenzo checks his stick flex, as Aiden Schaefer, who's played 3 games this year, allowed 8 goals, is ready between the pipes for the Big Red. DiLorenzo versus Schaefer, here we go. DiLorenzo scores! 1-0 Indiana. DiLorenzo nets his 20th of the year, and the Hoosiers are up by 1. So a costly penalty taken by Denison, and there's really no one that you would want to bump in the back less than Ethan DiLorenzo, as he finds his 20th goal in 30 games on the season. Really an astounding mark for the senior. So we'll get back underway with the Hoosiers a newfound lead, as Chambers, or rather Simino, can't win the draw for Indiana. It's flipped ahead for Denison by Salerno. Played low, and Myers will collect it in the half wall far side. Removed, and here's Simino, gets a pass towards Ford, dispossessed. And Pizzuto will gather it, back skates, and try to get it towards Marich, or rather Byram. No, excuse me, that's Ruffner. I can't say the right name. Centering pass. Flanagan was ready, didn't need to make a stop. Towards the center, a good one-time shot from Salerno that was kicked away by Flanagan. Stuck in the near side. Ford loses it towards Geary. And Simino chops it away. Ford advances towards Ruffner. Colin Ruffner gains the zone. Centering pass for Simino. Tried to dump it off to Ford, and it'll go all the way down the length of the ice for Isaiah Byram, as the Hoosiers forwards will change lines. Thrown in, it tipped in the neutral zone, so no icing as Simino comes in. Here's Matthew Schmidt. Plays it behind the net. Simino gives back towards Schmidt as Simino broke his stick. Thrown ahead off the body of 16 White, and it'll go ahead for Viola. In the center, net gets dislodged, as we'll have a penalty, looks like for interference. Don't know who they'll send to the box, but it looks like it's going to be a Denison power play. Number 17, Matthew Schmidt, is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for him for interference. So Denison power play for the next 2 minutes. Denison really not a great power play unit, 15% on the year, and Indiana kills just under 80% of opposing penalties. As we're underway. Whistle and another stoppage. Like I said earlier, Denison in the rankings in the Southeast region for the first time in program history. They're at number 20, Indiana at 9. As here we go again. Man advantage for Denison as Byram gets shoved in and the Hoosiers are able to clear. A little bit of an odd bounce off the glass as this will be played by Rabadam behind his own cage. One touch off the boards for Wraith, who will give it right back. Not a lot of speed. Rabadam moves ahead, and Chambers looks to get it out. And it falls under as Schaefer will play it and leave it for Thomas Wraith again, who's a one touch towards Rabadam. Leaves for Wraith. Takes it over the blue line. Wraith centering pass, loose in the slot, and swept away by Brandenburg. Minute left on the penalty kill for your Indiana Hoosiers. Good takeaway by Kicker. Loses the puck, but gets it into the zone and sleeps a slap shot. Kind of a sweeper that went straight to the pad of Schaefer. One touch pass by the blue line, and it gains the zone towards John Yavari. 42 seconds left on the man advantage for Denison. Stuck in the corner. Looks like a rugby scrum over there. Puck in between a couple of skates. Try to sweep it out towards the center. And a pile of bodies down there. So finally get a whistle, and nobody can see the puck, and nobody can actually get it out. Which means that's 24 seconds left on the power play for Denison. Rather, no. It'll be, I think, 4-on-4 as Denison's number 21, that's Thomas Kresge, is going to the penalty box. We'll have 4-on-4 for a little while. 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds, and that'll be an Indiana Hoosier power play, their first of the day. So a little extra ice space for DiLorenzo and crew. With 5:44 to go in the first period. Hoosiers lead 1-0. Jeremy wins the draw. DiLorenzo sweeps it to his line mate. Batted down Jeremy. Stick lift. And away. Davis will chase after the puck in the zone. With 5 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and now it's time for an Indiana power play. With 5:17 to go, 90 seconds rather, I should say, on the man advantage. Here's Jeremy, skates ahead towards the center. Dump off DiLorenzo, has a lane to shoot. He fires off the post. Jeremy throws one on. It was deflected in front by Simino, and it went wide left. Towards the point, Byram gives back DiLorenzo, looks towards the net, fires straight into the chest of Aiden Schaefer, and a good stop on the man advantage with 4:54 to go in the first period. This Hoosier power play, which converts on 30% of their chances. They lead the TSCHL in power play goals. And they've got 1 minute and 9 seconds left to work on this one. Good face-off play. Byram. Jeremy, the righty, looks in, and a shot blocked by Evan Pavlik. Jeremy looking towards the center, tried to center it towards Jaegers, and it falls out to Byram, who plays it on his backhand. Simino, near side half wall. Left for Jeremy, one touch towards Byram. Jeremy again near side. DiLorenzo with 40 seconds left on the power play. Tic-tac-toe, they go around. Thinking about a shot is DiLorenzo. They'll give it to Jeremy. Low for Simino. Jeremy fires, blocker save into the netting. Really nice reaction time by Aiden Schaefer to stave off a 2-0 lead. Second power play line on the ice for Indiana, and really what a great vantage point we've got up here. We can't really see down on the far side, but it's like you're looking into a video game right here in the middle. Here we go, 27 seconds left to go. Slavin will sweep it in, down low for Ruffner. Ruffner again. Throws one on, deflection, puck loose, they score! Luke Slavin off a juicy rebound in the low slot, and there was nothing that Aiden Schaefer could do about it. 2-0 Indiana. With 3:56 to play in the first period, the Hoosiers net their second goal of the game, and Luke Slavin has his 13th of the year. Moves him up to 18 points on the year, his 4th power play goal of the year. And he's scored goals in 4 now of his last 5 games. He's on a hot streak, as is the rest of the Indiana squad. Loose at the red line, and Chambers pokes it out. Pizzuto slaps it in. Shot that went straight into Flanagan's chest. Great attempt from the slot by, I think it was Preston Fisk, who really is always a threat to score. Give some context to that. He had 31 goals last year. He's only at 19, which he'd probably say is a low marker for him. But a really solid score, the top goal scorer on this Denison team by a while. Pizzuto carries it ahead. And it's dumped in by Jacob Jackson, the freshman defenseman from Rocky River, Ohio for Denison. Looped towards Brandenburg, and he'll zoom things ahead. Leaves it instead for Jackson. Good tie up by Chambers, and it falls towards Ray Myers. Flicked into the zone, and now controlled by Lucas Charis. Line change for Denison, it falls to Pizzuto. Picking up some speed, he gains the zone. Loses it to the low slot. Pizzuto swaps around places with Slavin, and Slavin didn't see the puck coming towards him. Takes it away instead on his backhand, looks to center it to the front. Pizzuto had a chance, but couldn't find the second chance hit. Pizzuto delivers a nice hit on Fisk, but he's got to get back on defense, as here's Lucas Charis. Swept away Brandenburg. Good stick work by Indiana, as this leaves the zone. And falls down low for Denison. Almost picked off by Ryan Burke. He goes out of play. 2:17 to go, 2-0 your Indiana Hoosier lead. And the blue liners right now are Paul McClure and John Zach, the first defensive line. John Zach hails from Zionsville, Indiana. Only 2 assists on the year, hasn't seen too many games, but the tallest player by quite a large margin on this team. He stands at 6'8", the left defenseman in black. Back it away off a neutral zone draw, and it's slapped in by McClure. Coming in is Schmidt towards the center, batted down forward low for Schmidt, and he couldn't find it first. Removed by Cam Geary. Zach trying to gain the zone, and it's thrown low. Lempia has some time, and it falls near Burke as Geary sends it ahead. Defending the puck is Viola, and a turnover in the center of the neutral zone. Left ahead, McClure will go down low, delivers a nice hit. Losing his stick is McClure towards the center. Schmidt towards Burke, fires, kick, save, Schaefer. 90 seconds to play in the first period as Zach takes a big old hit from, from Geary. Still controls the puck, does Burke. He gets a stick lift and removed. Falls towards Schmidt, who wipes out, plays the puck off his pants. And it's cleared in by John Zach as the Hoosiers will change. Minute left to go in the first period. Hoosiers lead 2-0. Played off the boards. Ruffner with some space. Loops it around. Thinks about centering it. Wraparound. Semino, a shot. That was a nice save by Aiden Schaefer. 47 seconds to play. Denison gets it out. And it travels the entire length of the ice, and it's played by Flanny. Good hit on kicker in the near side corner. Trying to get it out is Isaiah Byram with 30 seconds to go. given towards Ruffner. Ruffner towards the middle, poked away by Canelos. Towards the point, first to get is Myers. Shot, deflection in front by Simino, but it wouldn't go. Off the glass. Played ahead, one-on-one, moving the other way is Zach Kulik. And it's taken off his stick by Byram. 10 seconds to go, first period. Simino fires a slow one, rebound. Low for Simino again towards the slot. Ford, 4 seconds to go, and that'll be the end of the first period. 2-0, the Indiana lead after one. Goal scored by Ethan DiLorenzo, his first on a penalty shot, and then Slavin with a juicy rebound in the low slot. Makes it 2-0. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. After one period, the Indiana Hoosiers lead 2-0 against the Denison Big Red. Andrew Hillsman here on the mic to bring you the next 40 minutes of action. Aiden Flanagan has had a pretty solid start to his third start of the year. He's 2-0, the freshman from Connecticut. And Andrew Chambers will glide in to take the draw against John Yavari. We underway in period number 2. As Martin Lempe will play it around his own net, and both teams will switch sides. Indiana shooting on the right side, far side goal. Denison will come down this way. And icing, as we'll find our first stoppage of the second with 19:36 to go. First 2 goals of the game. The first goal was an Ethan DiLorenzo penalty shot conversion after he got cross-checked when he was on a breakaway in the slot, and then Luke Slavin on an excellent second chance netted his 13th of the year. Off a tie-up, and Jeremy loses that draw as it falls to Lempia behind the net. Indiana, or rather Denison, looking to start things off. Comes towards Yavari. Yavari flips ahead, tipped on goal by Yavari, and it's looped around, shot in front, and he missed. Couldn't find anything Geary, and here comes Jeremy the other way. Trying to hip check him off the puck is Salerno. He'll move so successfully, and DiLorenzo accidentally chips it out of the zone. He lets his team reconnect. Flip around for Zach, but he wasn't there to take it. Up ahead, Rabadam. Drop off pass towards the center. Nice poke check by Jeremy, and Zach ends up throwing it low. Towards the center, a slot shot that wouldn't be able to be taken by Geary. Moving ahead, Yeagers kicks it off and finds his puck. Jeremy can't connect on a one-timer towards the center. DiLorenzo pokes it in, and it's batted away by Lawrence Viola. Thrown low. Hoosiers trying to get it down low. Yeager's backhand flipped towards the glass near side. Myers comes down, batted by Yeager as he whiffed on it. Call it strike 1, I guess. And it comes out to Pizzuto in the neutral zone. 18:25 to go, second period. Good stick work by DiLorenzo, and Brandenburg flips it in. DiLorenzo will get off the ice in place of Luke Slavin. Third line of forwards out there for Indiana. Trying to play it off the boards. Takes a weird bounce towards Kresge, and Kresge flips it in with his backhand. All the way down, and icing. 17:58 to go. In the second period, it's 2-0 Indiana. Indiana made the trip towards Denison. Left Bloomington about 1:30, and it was a pretty smooth drive for, in all things considered. Tie up off the draw, it comes out in favor of the Hoosiers in their own offensive zone. Checked off the puck towards the center. Pizzuto was there to knock it out of the danger zone. Brandenburg lofts one ahead, and it's chipped by Chambers into the zone. Jackson bumps Slavin into the wall. And Chambers and Davis are still there for it. Comes out to Slavin. He plays it along the boards, and Pizzuto will give it right back. Out of the zone, Myers will rush for it. He'll beat out Kulik for it and gain some space. Flipped ahead for Luke Slavin. Dump off Chambers on his backhand, protecting the puck towards the center. Slavin can't get a shot on it. Kicker throws one on, kicked away by Schaefer. And a good hit delivered on Andrew Chambers. Kicker tries to throw it out towards Brady Ford. It falls to Kicker. Plays it off his skate towards the center off the side of the net. Centering pass, nobody's there. Byram able to keep it in with his backhand. One touch straight back to him. Thrown on and sat on for a whistle by Aiden Schaefer. 16:49 to go. Second period. As Aiden Flanagan is certainly hearing it from the Denison crowd off to our left. Most of what they're saying probably can't be repeated on YouTube, so we'll leave that to them. As Ruffner glides in, and off the tie-up, kicks it out to his line mate. Simoneau gives Byram. Tries to throw it on straight into the chest of Schaefer for a whistle and a freeze. is Denison's senior night tonight. They honored 10 of their players who are seniors, so congrats to them. As we'll get back underway with Lempia. Ford delivers a nice hit in the near side or far side corner. Trying to loop it out, and it slides across the red line and finds Byram. Intercepted, a bad pass delivered by Byram, and coming the other way is Sutton. He makes up for it, though, with some nice stick work. Able to get it through. Removed, and Ruffner gets around with some space. Shot, save by Schaefer. And since I'm the only one of the media team who's come to call this game, big shout out to Luke Strickland, who ran the camera in the first period. Adam Urbansic is on the camera for the second period. So big shout out to those two freshmen. Maybe it's paying their rookie duties, maybe not. We'll let them decide. But we appreciate their help nonetheless. This gets thrown low for Luke Slavin, and it instead falls towards Pangiotis Canelos for Denison. Canelos advances it, and whiffing on a pass towards the middle is Kresge. Taken away by McClure, who finds Slavin. Cuts to the center. Dump off towards McClure, left side circle. He gets taken down. This is going to be a penalty, looks like, for hooking, and Zach can't keep it in the zone. Flanagan rushes towards the bench. Extra attacker out, and that'll be probably another penalty as Chambers is hurt. And Chambers is not. Like he took a hard hit against his knee. This will require, it looks like, the athletic trainer. And we certainly hope that he's okay, but he seems to be in a lot of pain. So we're going to take a break, and you're watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. We'll be right back after an injury break. All right, good news. Andrew Chambers able to get up with the help of Patrick Brandenburg and Ethan DiLorenzo. He'll skate gingerly off and receive some attention from the medical staff, so we certainly hope that he's okay. But it looks like we're ready to play some hockey. We'll update you on Chambers if he's going to come back into the game when we know that. But as of right now, he'll get some help from the medical staff, and we hope he's okay. But it looks like we're back and ready to go, as this is going to be an Indiana power play. So a 2-minute man advantage on the way for Indiana as they start things off in their own attacking zone. Jeremy finds DiLorenzo, slap shot kicked away. Couldn't find Simoneau for the rebound. Nathan Rabadam is in the box for 2 minutes for a minor penalty. As Byram's going to start things off in the power play. Simoneau leaves it for Jeremy, who gains the zone. Gets by, looks towards the center, centering pass. Simoneau fires! He scores! A quick power play goal for Indiana, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Hoosiers. Simoneau, his 5th of the year. So the second power play goal of the day for Indiana. They're 2 for 2 on the man advantage. against the usual pretty good penalty-killing team. Coming in this game, Denison was 86% on the penalty kill, but they've struggled thus far today. So 3-0 the score as the Hoosiers looking to make it 9 in a row. That's what it would be with a win today. And center ice draw, that they'll stop. Somebody, I think, jumped early on the draw. Maybe, probably. I don't really know what the confusion's about. I guess they'll kick out the centerman who went early. Now we're ready to have a hockey game now. All right, Pizzuto off the draw as he throws it all the way down. That almost went in, but it was stuffed on the post by Schaefer. Schaefer almost got caught off guard. That would have been an embarrassing goal. But he's able to stop it. Jeremy got the assist, and a great glove stop of a quick shot from Jake Rock. That was an excellent shot through some bodies. Another draw. Jeremy wins it. Another shot from Rock. It goes wide right. And back to full strength are both teams. In comes Goldstein, and he throws it down low below the goal line. Pizzuto tries to keep it out. Fights with Lewis for it, and that's going to be a tripping penalty. Another 2-minute minor on the way, and another power play upcoming for the Hoosiers. 2 minutes for tripping called on the freshman forward from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Graham Sutton. And just costly penalties early in this one for Denison. That's been the source of 2 of Indiana's, well, really, that's been the source of all 3 of the goals, as the first one was a penalty shot. So not the most disciplined of days thus far at the office for the Big Red. Back underway, and here we go. DiLorenzo gives towards Jeremy. Back to DiLorenzo, high point. They'll play ping pong. Thinks about a shot, goes down low for Simino. Deflected, and it finds its way out to the top again. Jeremy looks on, drags, and a shot that got blocked by Henry Davis. Finds DiLorenzo's blade again. Byram throws one on, deflected in front in the slot. And scooped out by Denison. Good play there by Ethan Whitf. 13:49 to go, second period, as Simino will gain some speed and leave it for Will Jeremy. Plays it off towards Yeagers. Eyes in the back of his head, but offsides. Unfortunate mistake. Hoosiers had some momentum going there, but leads to nothing. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. Jeremy glides in to take it against Cameron Geary, the right winger, and instead it'll be Lawrence Viola. They go early, and it finally comes out towards the Hoosiers. 1:12 as DiLorenzo gathers this in the zone, and it's promptly cleared away by the Big Red. Flanagan plays it behind his own cage with 1:03 left to go on the man advantage. Jeremy starts things off. Byram moves it ahead towards Simino. Cross ice pass for DiLorenzo, plays it off his right skate. Shot that went wide. And it clears the zone. Flanagan comes out to play it. And I'll leave it for Isaiah Byram. 40 seconds to go. Byram being chased by Viola, and it's thrown towards Yeagers. Yeagers, a shot from the right or left point. It goes wide right and finds DiLorenzo at the right point. Simino drops off for Jeremy. And DiLorenzo relaxes at the top with 20 seconds to go. Towards Byram. Zips one towards Jeremy, and he fumbles it at the circle. DiLorenzo with 15 left on the power play. Looking towards the net, drop off Jeremy, and they lose the zone. All right, back to full strength. 5-on-5, here comes McClure. Good piece of stick handling, he's in. Can't get a shot. As looks like Schaefer took a knee to the head and they'll stop play for him, but he'll just get a drink of water and be back at it. .12:14 to go in the second period. And it looks like that McClure is going to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. So another Denison power play on the way. Looking to score their first of the game. And here we go. Denison power play. Shot. Deflected in the center and finally cleared away by Myers. Out to the point it finds Rabadam. Gloved by Myers. He whacks it away. And clears it. 12 to go, second period. Up the middle is Geary. Kresge tries to throw it on and instead finds the stick of Preston Fisk. Fumbled at the blue line and straight towards Rabadam, who holds up kicker, and kicker loses possession. Drop off towards Geary, towards the center, cross ice pass, and they couldn't find the stick of Thomas Wraith cleanly. New goaltender in the game for Denison, as Brennan Holmes, another senior, will step into the crease. With 55 seconds to go on the power play. Stopping up his Wraith, fires one, goes wide. Didn't have to be saved by Flanagan. Kresge deflected by Burke, and it exits the zone. Kresge to Cheris, and good stick work by Burke in the neutral zone again. 30 seconds to go, Big Red man advantage. Great block by Byram on a shot that was taken by Fisk. Byram throws it along the boards. 15 seconds left on the power play. Falls to Geary. Thrown low towards the center. Geary tries to fire a shot on puck loose and is cleared away. Exits the zone. Great job by the Hoosiers penalty kill. Back to full strength. And a whistle. Looks like for icing. As Denison iced the puck, so they'll have to get their guys back on the ice. Jeremy glides in. He'll take the draw and win it. Shot on. Oh, they score! Davis Yeagers was alone at the left side of the crease. And I couldn't see what was going on down there, but nonetheless, it's 4-0 Indiana. Davis Yeagers nets his 18th of the year on a rebound, and not much that Brennan Holmes could do about it. He was sprawled out on the ice. And the Hoosiers go up 4. With exactly half of this game left to go, Indiana in firm control. Myers looks ahead, plays it off the boards towards Davis Yeagers. There's DiLorenzo. Looks off, a one-timer for Yeagers. Thrown on, tipped in front, they score! The deflection on the gliding shot from DiLorenzo. It was tipped in by Jaegers, who has his second of the game. It's 5-0 Indiana. 2 goals in 30 seconds for Indiana, as Jaegers nets his 19th of the season. And the offensive gates, the floodgates have opened. Cross point pass from McClure to John Zach. Thrown ahead 4. This is Simino. Looks towards Ruffner. And it's given back to the point for Simino. Plays it at the half wall. Pinned low by Ruffner. Towards the center. Simino cross ice pass. They score! Brady Ford nets his 4th of the year. His 4th of the year. And it's 6-0 Indiana. With 8:58 to go, Indiana turning on the Jets. Looks like Denison will want a timeout.
Timeout, Denison. Hoosiers goal scored by number 24, Brady Ford. This is Aiden Sabino, and number 26, Colin Ruffner.
Davis Jaegers is on hat trick watch. Such a barrage of goals in this second period, it's hard to keep up with who's been scoring them. I'll do my best to remember. It looks, if I remember correctly, Jaegers has 2. Simino scored 1 as well. And for the life of me, I can't remember who scored. Rather, it was Ford. There we go. My memory's not the best, but there we go. So again, 4 goals in very quick succession for Indiana in this second period. And the goalie change probably not helping, as Brendan Holmes had to go in cold for Denison. So it's 6-0. With 8:58 to go in the second period. Simino glides in to take a face-off draw. And here we go again. Ford chases after it, and it's instead beat out by Canellis towards the center looking for Ruffner, but it's intercepted by the Big Red. Viola loses the zone. Ford will chase after it. Plays it off his skate. Towards ahead for Ruffner. Centering pass, Simino couldn't get a clean shot. Myers fakes a slap shot, gets pushed into the boards. Ruffner fights through some sticks, fires, it goes wide. Nice stop by Holmes off this pad. Zach fires one, it goes wide left. Pizzuto back skates. Sticks it into the center circle. Moved ahead for Ford, and it finds the blade of Ruffner. Ford goes off the ice for a line change. It's Colin Ruffner again, the man from Pittsburgh. Losing the zone. Good stick lift by Ruffner to gain the puck back, and that's going to be tripping. And not happy about the call, but Lawrence Viola, clear as day, going to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. So another Indiana power play. They're looking to stretch their lead to 7 goals. As here's Chambers, will glide in. Back underway with 7:53. Rock Plays it off his skate. Here's Ruffner, mid-slot. Rebound. Tried to throw on by McClure. It's played behind. Shot from the point by McClure. It's poked away, and Paul McClure can't keep it off of a quick pass from Jake Rock, who will loop towards the middle. Rock looks on, gains, shot, score! What a move by Jake Rock! His 15th of the year. It's 7-0. The Hoosiers offense is on fire, which is a good thing, as it's a tune-up series before the TSCHL playoffs start next weekend. Denison, a team that's going to join the conference next year. Well, they're really struggling in this one against IU this Friday night. Face-off draw won by the Hoosiers with a comfortable 7-0 lead, as this is chipped off of Reindel's stick. Thrown on, deflected in front by Rock, and kicked away by Holmes. Gain in the zone is Denison. Shot deflected, rebounds. Flanagan makes the stop off of a nice opportunity from Sutton. Byron will chase after it. It's Lewis who gets there first for Denison. And it falls out to Jake Rock, who gains the zone. And this is going to be a tripping penalty called on Indiana. That'll be Gabe Reindel's first penalty of the game. He'll go to the box 2 minutes. So Denison looking for an answer. It's a good time to do it. With 6:38 to go, second period, it's 7-0. They definitely would like to convert on this one. Haven't gotten it done thus far today. Off the boards at the half wall, thrown in for Geary, down low for Fisk. Thrown on, deflection in front. Fisk, wraparound towards the center. Flanagan kept it out. And it's played by Holmes on his side. He'll leave it over there for Thomas Wraith. Wraith moves across the near side wall with a lot of speed and gains his own. Cuts towards the center, loses the puck. Fisk, shot off the crossbar and out of play. Nice stop by Flanagan. And a great opportunity for Preston Fisk. That was denied by half by Flanagan and half by the crossbar. Gliding in his Chambers to take the draw against Geary. Not to the top, deflection. Good reactions by Flanagan as it fell into his blocker, and he makes the stop. And Flanagan really being tested on this power play for Denison with 1:21 to go on the man advantage for the Big Red. And gliding in to take the draw against Chambers is Geary. Played at the point by Rabidam and down low. Back to Rabidam. Cross ice pass. Looks for Wraith. Rabidam again. Throws one on. Blocked by Kicker. And he'll sweep it around the boards. McClure. And played out by Chambers, who's back in the game after taking a big hit earlier in the period. Say what you want about hockey players, but you'll never say that they're not tough. 43 seconds to go on the power play for Denison. They're looking to get something started. Chipped in. Geary, it finds Rabidam towards the center. Great block by McClure. Centered again, and Chambers gets it out towards the top. Tips a pass away. It was meant for Fisk, and Fisk gets bumped off. Fisk, far side half wall. And it leaves his own. Good play by Brandenburg. There's Viola. Chambers winds up a shot that falls straight into the awaiting chest of Brennan Holmes for a save. 8 seconds to go on the Denison power play. As of right now, they'll be 0 for 4 on the day on the man advantage. Played off the skate boot of DiLorenzo. And Myers plays it towards the far side and out of play. Up into the glass and the netting over there on the far side in front of the fans. A little interesting thing about this ice arena is it's got heated bleachers for the fans in attendance. Something that not a lot of rinks have, but nice touch for the fans. They don't have to be as cold as we are up here. It's back underway off of a neutral zone draw. Myers slots one ahead for DiLorenzo. Drop off for Jeremy. Plays it on the backhand towards the center for Jaegers. Down low, DiLorenzo again. Loops and gives off towards Pizzuto, who fires one on. A dribbler in the middle. And he gets it right back. Turns around, gives to Jaegers. Deflection by Viola. Chip in front for Jaegers, who's still looking for his 3rd goal of the game. And Myers can't keep it in the friendly zone for Indiana as DiLorenzo has some trouble with it. Skates into his own zone. And will start around his net again. Fights through, gains some space. Toe drag and Jaegers picks it up. DiLorenzo looking towards the middle. He gets taken to the ground. Here's Jeremy. Won't dump it off, instead finds McClure in the near side corner. And dribbled away for Davis Jaegers. Good stick work. Low. And it finds Jake Rock. Towards the big man, the big blue liner, Zach. McClure loses his own, fumbles it at the blue line. 3:17 to go, 2nd period. Rock flips one ahead for Burke, who gives it right back. Rock in. Gives off to Schmidt, who couldn't find it on his stick. McClure back skates and gives it towards the center, in the center circle to Rock, who will gain it right back and gain the zone. Stops up, pumps the brakes, turns around. Fights through contact. Burke absorbs a hit on the boards. And a backhand pass as Burke loses his own. McClure gets it right back again, though, and dumps it in. 2:42 to go. Almost a giveaway. And it finds the backhanded kicker, who will flip it in, and it actually goes into the netting, out of play. An offensive explosion this period for Indiana. They've scored 5 in the second, and looking to extend it before the end of the period, if they can. Center ice face-off, as Simino will win it. And kicker bounces it off the boards, tumbles along the glass, and comes down to Ruffner. Simino there to pick it up, leaves it back for Ruffner behind the cage. Forward in the slot, waiting for a pass, a loop around, and it falls to the point for Byram. Down low, Chambers. Ruffner. And Ford comes away with it again. Byram, the right D-man, tipped in front, rebound. Still there for Simino as Holmes made some nice saves. Towards the center, Ford couldn't get a top shelf shot. 1:54 to go. Kept in and gloved, and a whistle off sides as Ford was on the blue line when he grabbed it out of midair. Minute 51 to go, as the Hoosiers, who have been dominant on the faceoff circle all evening, win another one in the neutral zone. Popped ahead, but it finds a Denison blade. Getting around, good poke check by Pizzuto. Towards Fisk, and low for Myers. Myers bats one down, instead falls out to Thomas Wraith, and Denison loses his own. Chambers tries to throw one on, loose in front, poked away. Good awareness by Brennan Holmes. Hoosiers looking to net one last one before the end of the period. Myers, right point, throws one deflected. Got blocked by Lawrence Viola for Denison. Myers still with it, right circle, takes a hit and loses it. Wraith with some space over the blue line. Throws one on, it goes way high and into the netting. 53 seconds and 0.8 of a second to go. Denison, who has kept it close and respectable in the first period, this has become one that they might want to forget about. Still with another third period to play. They'll look to see what works for them. They play one more game against this same team tomorrow at about the same time. Jeremy takes the draw and it falls out to John Zach. Couple of guys and two guys who got their face masks actually intertwined with each other, and a whistle. As it looked like Zach and Kulik got their face masks and their buckets clipped together. Jeremy glides in to take a draw against Henry Davis in the last minute of this second period. Off the blade of Jaegers. And Denison will look to start something before the end of the period. Width. Brings it over, but he's offsides. With 22 seconds to play. Offensive zone face-off. Won by the Big Red, and they'll look to advance things. Here's Finn Lewis, who takes a tumble. And another stoppage. Off a tie-up, Denison flips it in. DiLorenzo looks to advance things at the red line and then stopped by Flanagan, who will sweep it away. At the end of the period, that will be the end of 2 as the Hoosiers score 5 in the second. Still 20 minutes left to go here from Newark, Ohio. You're watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes. All right, we're ready for the third and final period of action here at Lewin Gibb Reese Ice Arena. Indiana leads 7-0 at the end of 2 periods, and they're looking to close it out. It's underway in the third. Lots of goals scored, 5 goals scored in the second period. We got a fresh sheet of ice. Hoosiers ready to go again. 20 minutes left in this one. The Hoosiers will head back to the hotel and get a nice night of sleep and get ready to do it all again tomorrow. As this gets chipped by McClure, he'll enter the zone, 2-on-3, drags in, puck still on a stick, and he wipes out and hits the boards. Davis Yeagers throws it along the near side, comes just below us, and Zach and McClure get tangled up, but it falls to Jeremy. Thrown low, chip into the glove of Brennan Holmes off the backhand of Davis Yeagers, who's looking for his 3rd goal of the game. 19:11 to play, 3rd period. Might see an interesting lineup tomorrow just based on how today has gone. It's back underway after the draw is won by Denison. And they'll look to start things off. Thomas Kresge gains it over, and Pizzuto breaks up a pass that was meant for Fisk. Down low, looking to look towards Flanagan. He'll cover it up for a stop and a whistle. Flanagan looking for his first shutout of the year. He's 2-0 in 2 games played. He's only allowed 2 goals, so he's had a pretty solid start to his freshman campaign. As here's Denison winning a offensive zone draw, falls to Salerno around the net for Fisk. Fisk floats one to the top for Lempia. Down low, and it comes back out to Salerno. Thrown on and way wide by Wraith. And chipped out up the middle, or rather up the side. Slavin, the ref gets out of the way. Slavin can't keep it on his stick. And here's Brandenburg who presses. And it wobbles into the neutral zone. Cross point pass from Pizzuto, plays off the boards for Chambers, who gets pushed in the back and bumped off the puck. Moving the other way, Kresge. Myers screens him off. And Chambers and Myers will fight for it as it finds the post. Shot on and went wide left. Flipped around by Geary. And a collision in the middle. Delayed penalty coming up as Holmes skates off the ice. Extra attacker on for Denison. Big hit up against the boards by Chambers, and that'll be a whistle as Indiana touches the puck. 2 minutes for tripping. Looks like that's going to go on Brady Ford. Ford's a little confused about it, but he'll of course say that he didn't do anything, but the referees will beckon him to the penalty box nonetheless. So 5-on-4, Denison, as evident by the scoreline, has not converted on the man advantage today, looking to change that. Have another whistle, as the clock never started. All right, gliding in for the draw is Jeremy against Geary. Tie up, and it falls out to the right point for Denison. Here's Thomas Wraith. Left off out to the point, Geary. Rather, that's Rabadam. Geary down low, Fisk. Crosses it, and it goes out of play. With 17:27 to go. Minute 44 left to go on the man advantage for Denison. Tie up at the left side circle, thrown on. Flanagan shoots a rebound off to the right. Here's Nathan Rabadam. They lose the zone. Moving ahead is McClure, and he'll loop around, keep the puck on his stick for the time being. Crosses over for Kicker, who has some speed but gets shoved into the boards and gets right back up. Wraith kicks one ahead, and it's played backwards by Burke. McClure fighting off a couple of bumps from Viola. And what is going on over here on the far side? No penalty. As Denison's giving the ref some business. Burke in towards the crease. Denison wanted an interference penalty. They wouldn't get one out of it. With 45 seconds left on the Denison power play. Good stick work as it's flipped into the zone. Falls all the way back for Holmes, who will leave it to be played by Lucas Cheris. Wraith advances it towards Kresge, and it's played off the glass. Chip low for Kresge. We'll get it right back. Looking towards the high slot. Cheris throws one on, another block, 2 blocks, and straight into the chest of Aiden Flanagan. So good physical play by Chambers, who was never shy to get in front of a puck. .11 seconds on the man advantage left for Denison. And their power plays, they've had about 5 of them, and they've come up fruitless. As Indiana wins the draw in its own defensive zone, Brandenburg gets bumped and loses it towards Jackson. Back to full strength. In the zone, Chambers gets taken down to the ice, gets right back up, and takes a check right back from Davis. Pinned against the boards by 2 Big Red, and Chambers will give it. Wow, Chambers is going to get sent to the box. Looks like Zach Kulik was the instigator there, but Chambers will go to the box, and he's not happy about it. And did they just eject Chambers from the game? Wow. He must have said something that the referees really didn't like, because I think he's going to be getting an early shower. Wow, that's interesting. I did not see that one coming, but Chambers hustles off to the locker room, and this might take a minute to sort out. It's interesting that it looked to me that Zach Kulik for Denison and Andrew Chambers of Indiana were getting into it and having some words down here on the left of the ice, to the left of us, but they called Chambers for a penalty, sent him to the box, and then I guess he argued it, and that's that. So we'll get back underway, as this is going to be another Denison power play. They'll get back on the man advantage, over 6. This is Preston Fisk, the leading goal scorer. Finds it to the point. Trying to chop it to the center. Across ice, it went just beyond the goal line. Denison will recollect, tipped in front and high. Thrown there for Salerno. And Jacob Jackson has it around or behind the net. John Yavari. Yavari thinks about dumping it off, and he'll throw to the near side to Salerno. Yavari and Salerno go back and forth. Hustling forward is Rock, who gets knocked to his pants. Shot, score! Nick Salerno lights the lamp for Denison, and it's 7-1. They finally convert on the man advantage. So it took him over 40 minutes, but Denison is finally on the board, as that's Nick Salerno's 4th goal of the year. He breaks a 10-game goal drought, so a good marker for him. Center ice face-off, tied up, and Comes out to Jaegers. Jaegers skates after it and bumps Pavlik into the boards. Fisk flips one towards the top. In the middle for Wraith, he couldn't field it cleanly. It was 14-24. Wraith, center, shot, what a save by Flanagan, a kick. Thrown along by DiLorenzo. Jeremy looking to center it towards DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo stops up in the corner and plays it up and out of play. Looks like Henry Davis and John Yavari will be credited with the 2 assists, as it's 7-1 Indiana. The referee wanted the fans to get the puck back, but couldn't get it through the netting, and we'll finally find ourselves a new hockey puck. Back underway. Rabadam stops up and plays it to his other side, D-man Lempia. Kicker picks it up in his own defensive zone, plays off the glass. And a whistle of some sort of stoppage with 13:53 left. Center ice, rather neutral zone face-off upcoming between Jeremy and John Yavari. And Jeremy wins the draw on his backhand. Flipped up by Byram. No icing. DiLorenzo, physical play. Jeremy, down below the goal line, cuts to the center, backhand shot, went wide left. Low for Davis Jaegers, cuts to the center, mid-slot. One-timer, DiLorenzo, his shot got blocked. Second attempt off to Jeremy. He throws low. What a save by Holmes. What a stop by Brennan Holmes. That was unbelievable. I think it got stuck in his equipment, but it stayed out of the net nonetheless. Wow. Got stuck in his pad. I mean, a save's a save. He'll take it. But wow, what a stop. He has to undo all his gear to get this one out of his pads. And he'll finally do so. All right. Game stays 7-1 with Ruffner and Sutton coming in to take the draw. Ruffner wins it, but Denison takes it right away. Up the center, Goldstein taken off by Brady Ford and swept out by Holmes. Kept at the blue line. Byram did a good job to do it. And Ruffner absorbs a hit. Byram at the right point, flicks one on, blocker save by Holmes. Another attempt. Byram tipped way wide right. Ruffner gives it away towards Sutton. It's played up to the middle for Finn Lewis, dispossessed. Move the other way is Jacob Jackson. And Byram will reset. Receive a pass from McClure. Ruffner slits the needle, and Simino gets knocked off. Right point, thrown on, a looper, down low for Brady Ford. Drop off for Ruffner. Skates in, will make a full loop around, absorb a hit. Here's Simino at the goal line. Tipped into the slot, batted down, and a dive and a cover by Holmes. Tell you what, Holmes has had a really good first 8 minutes of this third period. He was forced into the game after Schaefer took a bump in the first, or rather the second period. So he came in cold and let up 5 goals in the second. He's batted down, almost had to leave his crease. And down low for Slavin in the corner. Denison comes away with it. Here's Salerno. He's already scored once in this game. Will sweep it in. It finds straight to the stick of McClure. McClure gets taken down. Schmidt. And McClure threw one up the middle. It'll be kept by Lempia. Plays it towards the near side along the boards. Through the legs of Brandenburg and finds a stick of width. Toe drag, bumped off by McClure. And he does the splits and goes to the ice. John Zach, the big D-man, will move things along. Slavin, puck on his stick, gets stick checked at the half wall. Dump off pass, Schmidt, shot that got blocked. And swept away in front. Brandenburg got a chance, but couldn't get a clean shot. Wraith spins around, plays it off the boards. Fisk advances it, and it falls straight to Kresge. Looks towards the center, nobody's home, and Zach will play it up to Slavin. Skates along, 1-on-2. Takes a bump, but still able to throw one on. It went off the side of the cage. Cross ice pass, looking for Gabe Reindl, but was broken up in the slot. This is Fisk for Canelos. Plays the wobbler along the boards, and it's picked up by Pizzuto, who flips it in. Burke rushes towards the puck, and Kresge gets to it first. Rock at the left point. And Burke will challenge for it down low. 10 minutes left to play in the third period. So Hoosiers lead 7-1. Deflection in front. Burke couldn't play it on the net. Rock out to Pizzuto, straight into the ceiling and out of play. Off the stick of Preston Fisk. So we'll pick up the puck and do it again. On the near side in the face-off circle, Jake Rock will contest the draw against John Yavari. He'll win it out to the point, Pizzuto. Flicked in by Myers. And Rock removes it from the boards. Cuts to the center. And gets held. And moving the other way. This is Geary. Geary. Deflection in the front. One-time shot goes high. That's taken by Lucas Charis. Another shot, Flanagan, and it goes high again. Good couple of chances. But Flanagan stays strong in between the pipes. Jackson tries to bat it down. He'll have to start up in his own zone. Burke, stick lift, and he falls over. Jeremy was there to pick it up, but couldn't do it cleanly. Chipped pass that went off the stick of Viola, and we'll call off icing. Here's Byram, nobody's there. DiLorenzo comes away with it. Slot thrown on, rebound, and poked away. Byram skates ahead, cross ice pass for DiLorenzo. He fields it, trying to get it towards the center. He'll beat out Lempia for it, and tried to put on the brakes and gain some space. But instead, moving the other way is Denison. Lucas Charis, the junior defenseman. Kicker in the corner. Advanced by Byram. And Yeager's saucer pass to the center of the ice. Jeremy's there on the backhand, gains his own. Stick handling, fires. He goes wide left. But a good shot attempt by the captain, Jeremy. And that is going to be a penalty. It's a cross check. At least it looked like a cross check to me. Indiana's going to go on the power play again. 2 minutes. Rather a hit from behind, not a cross check, but Graham Sutton will go to the penalty box for the second time today. So Indiana back on the man advantage. With 7:52 to play in the third period. It'll be a right dot face-off to be contested between, it looks like, Fisk and Jeremy. Jeremy's been really good at the dot today. And he wins another. Played out to DiLorenzo. Back to Jeremy. And looks towards the cage. Changes his mind, loops around. DiLorenzo. Head up, fires. Blocked by Yeagers. It actually hit Yeagers' shin pad. Jeremy dump off for Yeagers. Looking for his hat trick. Comes back to D'Lo. Slots it through for Jeremy. Another cross ice. D'Lo can't field it cleanly in the middle slot, and it finds Simino, the top power play unit on the ice. Rabadam gets involved. Far side goal line extended is Jeremy. Byram, quick one towards DiLorenzo. He throws one on, deflected in front and batted down. Byram keeps it in play. Winds up, cross ice for Simino. Was looking for a one-timer, was broken up. Kept in by the skate blade of DiLorenzo. Shot, deflection, still loose at the right side post. Out to the front, Jeremy looks towards, puck on his stick, 10 towards the center. Yeagers denied by Holmes. What a stop. 45 seconds left on the power play. Byram, shot, blocker save, out to DiLorenzo. Off the rebound, another one went off of Jeremy's stick. Low for Simino. Skates south to north. And Indiana slows things down with Byram at the point. Gives to Jeremy with 27 seconds left on the man advantage. Right dot, he scores! Will Jeremy makes it 8-1 and nets his 15th goal of the season. Man who's second in points in the TSCHL conference. That's another goal. Puts him up to 44 points on the year, at least. Haven't really tallied all the assists, but a really nice day at the office for Jeremy. That'll take Indiana off the power play. They had a lot of pressure in the attacking zone, and it led to a goal. Breakaway for Fisk, but Flanagan is able to clear it behind his own cage. A little bit of a dangerous spot for him, but plays it admirably. Pass in the center of the crease, and it's removed by Reindl, who advances. Gains his own, gets past Jackson and plays it in the corner. Kicked out, he's displeased with himself. Rock on the half wall. Puck was under his feet, he didn't know it. So it's thrown out to Yavari. McClure puts on the afterburners. Icing gets called off, a great sweat pass towards Burke. Looks ahead, thinks about a drop-off, fakes it, nice move, and a loop around the net. Looks towards, shot blocker, or shot kicked away, Myers down low for Burke. Looks towards, and a shot that was straight into the stick of Lucas Charis, and now advanced by Finn Lewis. 4:50 to go in the third. Jake Rock with some speed, can't get to the puck first, and Lempia grabs onto him. Denison will go the other way, 2-on-2. Canelos. Out to Canelos again, now it goes behind the cage. Kresge and Canelos trying to move up the middle. And Rock plays it towards the top. Good hit delivered on Brandenburg. Thrown for Salerno. And a save by Flanagan, taken away by Pizzuto, up in the sky and cleared. 4 minutes to play. It's 8-1 Indiana. No shortage of offensive chances for the Hoosiers, and they've converted on plenty of them today. Schmidt lost it in the offensive zone, and moving the other way is Thomas Wraith. Wraith looks towards, shot that went wide. It was swept away by Flanagan. Fisk throws one up and high and into the netting. Yavari and Simino contest the face-off. The falls to Yavari, centering pass. Flanagan covers it up in the crease. Well done by the freshman. Showing some poise in between the pipes today. Another draw between Yavari and Simino. It comes on low for Byram. 3:13 to play. Controlled by Ford, who gets his pass intercepted by Wraith. Ruffner chases after the puck carrier for Denison, and Yavari moves the puck ahead. Here's Preston Fisk. Fires straight into the trapper of Aiden Flanagan. He saw it all the way into the glove. I don't know what they've done to this rink, but it is extremely cold. Maybe that helps the ice, which is good for the players, not for me. My hands are freezing up here. Forgot my gloves back in Bloomington, but I don't need them. This game's almost over. McClure will give it to Zach and instead sneaks into Burke's possession. Zach bats it down and will look to show off his stick handling, but it instead offloads it to Gabe Reindl. Rock to McClure. Cross ice pass for Rock again, and he gains the zone. In alone, backhand shot, and he roofs it above the crossbar, out of play. .229 to go, last stages of this one. We'll be back in action at the same time tomorrow. 3 more periods of the regular season left to go after this. As out to the point it comes for McClure. Zach can't keep it in the zone, and it's sent ahead off the backhand of Sutton, who spent a lot of time in the penalty box today. Advanced up the middle by Rock with some speed. Slices and dices, tries to throw into the crease, and thankfully for Denison, one of their guys was there to clear it away. That was Thomas Wraith. 2 minutes to play in the third period. Off the skate of the referee and into the possession of Gabe Reindl. Rock looks towards the blue line, feeds it off from McClure. One got deflected by Yavari and batted down. Goes off something at the blue line and whistled dead. Denison would probably like to net one before this one wraps up. They don't have the most recent goal, but they did finally break their scoring drought in the third. This one gets slung across the boards. Pizzuto, near side half wall, sweeps one low for Slavin. Not to the point, it's Myers. Too fast on the pass for Pizzuto. He winds up for a shot. It was blocked in front, looked like by Salerno. And a pass intercepted by Brandenburg. Minute and 11 to go. Fighting off some stick checks is Wraith. As now it falls to Cam Geary. Yavari there as well. Yavari, rather. Jeremy backhands it ahead for Schmidt, who advances towards Slavin with 52 seconds to play. Slavin cuts to the middle slot. Brandenburg winds up, shoots, rebound, looking for the wraparound, and he can't get one on net with 35 to play. Cross ice pass, finds the stick of Myers, as it couldn't go off Slavin. Glove down by Brandenburg on his backhand. The righty looks towards the net, loops back around at the half wall. Cuts to the slot, shot, rebound, a couple of chances, and Denison able to get it away. Fisk sends it in the zone with 15 to play. And Brandenburg will hold until the buzzer comes out. Slavin trying to advance it in the zone, and that ought to do it. Slavin with 3 seconds, with 2, as it gets cleared away, and Fisk knocks it down. That will do it. Indiana with a big win in their second to last game of the regular season. They win this one 8-1. They move to 28-2 on the year. Denison falls to 14-13. And a big thank you to the 3 scratches who helped out with the camera today. Garrett Bauermeister was there for the 3rd period, Adam Urbancic in the 2nd, and Luke Strickland back in the 1st. But that's all we've got from the Lewin Gibb Ice Arena on Denison's senior night. They can't come away with the win. It's 8-1, a Hoosier victory. We'll be back at the same time around 8 or 8:30 tomorrow. But until tomorrow, I'm Andrew Hillsman saying so long on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. Hoosiers win 8-1. One more to go in the regular season tomorrow night. See you then.